Wow. I've never heard this one before, but I get what I mean. Attempt to establish peonage. The act of making somebody a peon. That's a fucking heavy one. You're a feudalist.
I can't understand you, Snopes.
You stop saying Snopes like that's the only source.
Come on, Snopes. Count 3. There we go.
Like, is this actually happening? Snope.
It
sure isn't.
Yeah, so I don't understand, but this is the world we live in anyway, so.
I don't know. It looked like an official document to me.
Riveting radio. Riveting radio.
Okay, well, do you think that these people wouldn't be involved in fucking kids? Because I feel like it's a really easy step to make with these guys. Maybe.
I mean,
but
are we having the pedophilia talk?
Well, no, yeah. So I was gonna actually for one second have the video because I think this is what's gonna happen. Okay, so I think the media all the time is trying to control this Hegelian dialect where it's always red versus blue, left versus right, and you gotta constantly go, the left says this, the right says this, blah, blah, blah. What they're doing now is they're saying, because Mike Cernovich is the guy who's calling out Harmon and all that, so they're going like, radical right-wing extremists are like trying to take down the Defenders of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy guy. And
I mean, he is kind of a radical, right?
Sure, but not an
he did rape
extremist.
a woman.
Yeah, okay, but maybe a rapist. But when I think of like an Islamic extremist, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not searching through your Twitters to point out the weird pedo jokes you made. And it's just like,
you know what? Maybe that's what ISIS needs to try.
Right.
There's
try
a
that one out.
subversion.
Jeez.
Fucking idiots.
But by doing
Drink
this
your
though,
coffee, you
what they're
cunts.
gonna do is make it so that somehow, if this keeps continuing, they keep doing shit like that. Like if the right keeps baiting the left with pedo stuff, and then the left has to defend these pedo jokes and pedo stuff. It's literally gonna be like the left will be standing up being like, "Stop fucking with our pedos. Pedos are people too." So it's gonna be like, "No, stop. You can just be not left or right and be anti-pedo." Like,
Have you not heard that that's actually a thing now?
It is because even Roy Moore brought this in too. So the left on that side, they were like, "Fuck that pedo. We hate that guy," and they were right if he did the things he did on that one, which I'm assuming he did because he's a politician. But
He's kind of an asshole.
yeah. So I'm just saying it's gonna get tricky when you have to draw a line when you're involving politics and pedos, or like left and right and pedos. Just be always against the pedos. People. You can be whatever you want. For like he's not. You don't have to say right wing extremist is taking this guy down over the jokes. No, a bunch of people were upset about the jokes, and
Oh, were they?
who fucking know? I mean, a lot of it's trolling, but like a lot of it's trolling, but they weren't trolling. Some people have been like, well, that gun doesn't like.
Which, by the way,
Trump.
I just want to say, so I was in Massachusetts for a week, and the last night we got a hotel right by the airport because our plane went to the middle of the night. We didn't want to have anyone to take us. And I took a shower when I got up, and like the water pressure just sucked. And my first thought was just like, man, it's like a 3-year-old peeing on my head.
Yeah, thanks James Gunn for that one. Which Goldfinger did that joke, but not about a 3-year-old. But they did "My Girlfriend's Shower Sucks" that song, and it's like the shower's going pee was a line from that joke way back in the day. I thought that one. I thought James
Well,
Gunn.
you know what
You
the
mentioned James
hardest
Gunn.
part about pedophilia is, though? Sexy kids.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes, sir.
god.
See, he's
Oh
gonna
my
get our
God.
show canceled.
Yeah.
He's gonna get our show canceled.
Really? Yeah. Now there goes the neighborhood.
That kind of reminded me of that Norm Macdonald joke where he was like, you know what, I forgot who it was, but he's like saying that, Patton Oswalt says, the worst part about that Bill Cosby thing is all about hypocrisy. And he goes, do you think that? He goes, yeah, it's pretty bad. He goes, I think the worst part is all that raping.
It's all the rape.
All the rape.
He's like, you never see anybody out there just, I love rape. He's like, I say, that guy, at least he's not a hypocrite, and that's the worst part.
Yeah, Norm Macdonald gets away with everything.
Yeah.
We were talking about that right before he walked in. I
Most
had to go
Canadians
on.
do.
It's got this Canadian thing to it where you can't, you get it like a certain charm. He's smiling the whole time he's saying something terrible, which is, first of all, just, it's so disarming, you don't know what to do with it.
He's like, after the OJ trial, he goes on Saturday Night Live and says, so now third degree or first degree murder is legal in the state of California. And that's the line that gets him fired from Saturday Night Live.
The best one is when he's on The View and they keep telling him to shut up and he won't shut up. And they have the producer call his phone and he's like, I don't know, what's this? And they go, oh yeah, they just told me I gotta shut up and I gotta stop saying stuff about whatever. And he just puts down the phone. He just keeps going on about, Bill Clinton's a murderer. He murdered that one guy, and they're all like, "Stop! You're never welcome back here if you keep doing this." And he won't get off the couch. He won't stop doing it. And it's live. It was when the view was live. It was so fucking good.
I watched about 30 minutes of video of Norm taking phone calls in the middle of interviews the other day. He loves to take personal phone calls in the middle of out of his sweatpants and hoodie, mind you. He's like dressed like fucking Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
At a fucking interview.
He's great.
Norm's the shit.
All right, so yeah, we'll see what happens with the more cults and stuff getting rolled out. I would just say that there's been a lot of arrests and a lot of cult stuff. I would go back all the way to
True Detective season 1.
True Detective season 1 might have told us everything. Honestly, there's a lot of weird shit in
Or
there.
just put the idea in our heads.
I've never seen that. Should I do that?
Yeah.
No, not now.
No, it's great.
Not that everything's broken.
No, I was actually going to say that
Everything is a flat circle.
the ousting of the I was gonna say the ousting of the South Korean. I think the takedown of Fox News. Well, what's his name? The big Roger Ailes. And I think the South Korea takedown of that cult leader that was like the prime minister, or whatever, that was supposedly hypnotized by a cultist.
Oh, the one that was taken out of power like in the last year.
Yeah,
man,
like I
this
think
is like
those are
Doctor Who shit.
the major indicators of like what some sort of weird change going on. And I think the Ailes thing. I only think the Ailes thing is stuff is coming out now about people because I think he might have had like a massive trouble with blackmail. I think all these people do it there. It's always going to be about blackmail. So they're all just kind of pinging each other with like, fuck you, I got some shit over here. Well, I've got some shit over here, motherfucker. And there's like, if you watch Succession, have you ever seen it?
How is it? No, I haven't.
It's amazing. It's a really, really good show. But a lot of it is about blackmail. It's all the powerful people have like blackmail. It's a really funny show, by the way. I don't want to make it sound like some sort of weird Game of Thrones boringness. It's a really, really funny show. But
I mean, I'll watch anything with Kieran Culkin.
he's so fucking good in it. I can't remember if it was that Culkin. Is there 3 Culkins or 2 Culkins?
I don't know.
Are they actually related?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're brothers. He played shit. What's the kid with the Pepsi? Who's gonna pee the bed? Fiddler.
I don't know. Oh, he's in that movie.
Is Home Alone? And then Home Alone. No, I'm saying like the kid that like he has to sleep with if he's bad. Who always wets the bed. That's Kieran Culkin too.
Yeah, he's outstanding in this show. But anyway,
blackmail.
So blackmail's coming out, and I think that's what we're seeing. Like, okay, here's one big question: who released the Fappening, and where did that come from?
I just thought that was hackers.
Julian Assange.
Who did they hack to get all of the vast array of celebrities' nudes? It's not like they got one celebrity's nudes. They got
That's a good point.
shitload of celebrity nudes all at one time.
That's a really good point.
They had a trove of that shit.
So you're saying that was just from one source?
I think that was definitely one source.
I thought it was
because they were
the cloud.
They would have all been passed along the internet for a while, and then
Fuller.
Someone would have gathered them together, but everyone didn't know any of those pictures when they came out. It was like, oh shit, this person too, this person too, this person too. There's websites that make their bread and butter off of celebrity nude pictures. They would have had them. Nobody had these until the fucking Fappening happening. So like,
It's
happening. But
sometimes that rhyme just infects you.
what I want to know is that
very underrated M Night movie, by the way.
let's say
The Fappening?
let's say Weinstein got hacked. Maybe he had all those nudes. Maybe it's just some casting couch thing that he did where he was like, "You give me your fucking nudes." And
Why would he have nudes of Kate Upton and Justin Verlander fucking in their hotel room?
I don't know, but I think the real answer
That's a
is.
good point.
I think the easiest answer is.
All right, Justin, how bad do you want to come to Houston?
I think the easiest answer is NSA.
NSA?
Someone in the NSA, like a young man like Snowden, but instead of like, I'm gonna save the world by telling everyone that they're doing this,
I'm just
gonna start getting everyone's dick pics and titty pictures. And he had his own collection, and then at some point just said, "Fuck it," and released it to the world.
One of these days he's gonna let us see that Barbara Bush.
Yeah, right.
Dude, here's the thing. Does he have some
Nancy Reagan blowing Clark Gable?
I mean,
Does he have what?
does he have like? Do you think this guy has like a stash that he's not let loose yet? Like he kept.
Someone does somewhere. I would put
like
all
a
my money on
personal
someone
stash.
does have some shit somewhere.
So what
that
you're
they're
saying is
saving.
there's a happy ending to this sad story.
Some of it, there's shit that. Have you ever read the story about the basement of the Playboy Mansion, where like.
It leads all around like.
Yeah, there was like literally a tunnel from it to Jack Nicholson's bedroom.
Yeah.
And also there was like a room where they used to like pat you down, and you could look at some stuff down there, like Dolly Parton nudes and stuff like that, where you're like, oh shit, but like you can't leave anything, you can't have cameras. And it's a very
It's like Lenin's tomb.
Yeah, but they have a strict fucking vault down there that like had the craziest shit that like they were like you can never.
Didn't somebody buy the mansion recently?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how it was revealed that all this existed. And then people just started telling stories because it came out. They're like, by the way, about the Playboy Mansion, it does have secret tunnels. And you're like, we knew it, you motherfuckers.
I would be fine with Jack Nicholson's house.
It'd be amazing. Can you imagine if you had that house? And you just like, baby, I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom. And you're in the Playboy Mansion within minutes, having a good time, coming
Yeah, I
back.
believe he lived next door to Marlon Brando too.
Is that what happened?
Uh-oh.
And wasn't it Nicholson's house where? Oh, jeez.
We're on
Hunter S. Thompson.
Polanski.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Hunter
it
S.
was.
Thompson did do that on his birthday, on Jack Nicholson's birthday.
Yeah, but that was his house out in like Colorado, I think, or something, not the
Oh,
California.
where he
about
killed
that?
himself, or
No, where he went out with a like a 44 Magnum and just fired off like a.
Shined a bunch of lights at his house and shot off guns, put a
Yeah.
frozen elk heart on his
Like Jack-
doorstep so it bled through like the bottom of the door when it thawed out.
Yeah, like Jack Nicholson like gathered his family and like hunkered down in a basement
Yeah, they didn't know what was going
because
on.
Hunter S. Thompson was trying to tell him happy birthday.
But so if you had, but that would be just so amazing. But yeah, like Polanski would be. Yeah, I forgot about Polanski. So I haven't even gotten to him yet. You're just gonna further prove my conspiracy.
oh,
I do love the Ninth Gate.
all right.
They're running the world. They're all
Another question for you, because you guys have never brought this up. Do you think Steven Tyler's day is ever gonna come?
Yeah. I think he's a creep.
All
Honestly.
of those, dude. I heard him on Rogan's podcast. He's nuts.
Right.
Him and Ted Nugent as well. Like both of them, I heard on the same podcast.
Yeah.
They're
I've
both.
heard that a 12-year-old Courtney Love gave
Yes.
Ted Nugent a blowjob.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh wait, did we talk about this when I was on?
we
the
may
road?
have.
She
Yeah,
used to
but
work
we
at
did.
Jumbo's Clown Room too, which I've been to in LA, which is a really cool strip club. I don't know, I just think about
Oh,
Courtney
okay.
Love, but she
I'm
has
sure
a
if that was
long
some
and
geezy shit.
sordid. She's a really fucking long and sordid history, and her dad, I think, might have been CIA or something like that too. No, I swear,
Courtney
fuck
in
it.
action.
he's tied in somehow
Hey.
to her dad is tied in somehow to the government. I don't want to be misquoted because I don't have that in front of me, but
If I find out he was a town councilman, I'm gonna be a little pissed.
yeah, depends on which town. By the way, I want to cover
He
false
was a county
church.
comptroller.
One thing I have to just jot down in mental notes, and maybe you could be here for this or not, but if I gotta get off the pedos, man, because it's like it's too much, too fast, and like since that girl's slowly turning into like, look, it's too many pedos, guys. But like, I want to talk about aliens and Bigfoot too. But it's like this is like breaking constantly right now, like cults and pedos and shit, and it's just like all these people get busted
Take
for all
off
this
your
stuff.
mask.
Well, we do tend to strive for the darkness and try to release things that are dark. But dude, these things that are breaking are just the darkest shit than we could ever fucking.
And it's sad that even when I tried to just cover clowns or whatever, I legitimately was giving you every clown that I could look up that ever got in trouble for everything, and it was like one after another. I'm like, fuck me.
And
Wow.
It's
also,
an
I
easy
think they
in.
feel
Yeah.
more journalistic now as well too, like to where we're actually sharing news with people rather than just trying to make them think about dark weird shit.
Yeah.
So
Well, we both, all the things.
all the things.
I mean, Hank Harrison. Oh, so anyway, Falls Church, Maryland. There's this guy.
Town.
Yeah, he
Of course,
gets.
terrible stuff happens.
It's very close to DC. This guy gets arrested for molesting little girls in his house, and then he's the head of the DNC of Falls Church, Maryland. He goes to jail. They send in a FBI fake guy to his jail cell with him, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to we could make these kids go away if you wanted. Like, we could do this." And the guy's like, "Fuck yeah, I'll pay you to kill these kids."
Oh my god.
Which are like friends of his daughters that like whatever. So, but okay, before that happens, there's the mayor of the town is going around and like removing signs because the neighborhood of Falls Church has these signs that say "We believe the girls," and he's going, "None of this ever happened." But all these people in town are rallying together to put these signs in their yard, and the mayor's going around going, "Take those signs out of your yard. I don't want to see those signs around here." The mayor's a female, by the way, married to Michael Gardner. It's his wife. The mayor's husband is the guy. So she's going around like, "Take these down" on the mayor.
We
And they're
believe
like,
the
"But that's your husband." And as "We believe the girls," she's like, "But they're lying. This is a witch hunt, blah, blah, blah." And then the guy tries to get him killed, and the DNA that they had proved that, like, whatever, that he did terrible stuff. So he's completely fucked for the rest of his life. But this is completely covered up in media and stuff like that. And the only way I read about this, there's news articles out there. Oh, the only guy who's writing news about this shit in the area was like good friends with this guy and a political operative. So he was a human conspiracy, like a one-person conspiracy with the whole town. And Falls Church, Maryland, by the way, is the home of none other than Tony Podesta. That's where he lives.
Full circle.
With you not. And that's why I got to cover this fully.
The unfortunately named Podesta brothers.
Jesus, yeah.
You know, they could have got into baseball. Podesta's such a good baseball name.
It's a great.
Like you just sound like you should turn
We
a
got a
double
full
play.
count on Podesta. I know it's going. It's over the wall. I don't know who's a good
And
seven.
the soft ground out to
And the
Podesta.
Pirates take the wild card.
And the ground out to Podesta. And the first for the out.
Her dad was a publisher and a road manager for the Grateful Dead.
Courtney Love.
Yeah, but he's connected somehow else to the government. I wish I was joking.
Well, Jerry was a spook, right? Whole time.
Was he?
Was he? That'd be great.
Sure.
That one
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, I read it. I have sources.
That'd be great.
Yeah, take that, hippies. You were conned. You got got.
He was like, he didn't know where all the. Is
You
that
know why
what
those songs were
about?
took so long?
Was Jerry the Candyman?
Because it takes a while to read your mind. Using mellow jams.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God.
What a long, strange trip it's been, man.
You know, and you know what's funny is what's going on at the mall tonight is the
How do you die of a drug
Philly show.
overdose in rehab, man?
He dosed her with LSD as a small child.
oh yeah, he took a lot of drugs.
No,
all
Courtney
the time.
Love's father dosed
Oh.
her.
Oh, I thought we were
Shocker.
talking about Jerry. Sorry, I'm
Well,
a hippie.
Oh, the road manager of the Grateful Dead dosed his 8-year-old daughter. Get out of town.
Nah, was that the? You know who else I think is involved in things like that? Is Polyphonic Spree.
You know who else does it? Is MK Ultra. But whatever.
What, are they just a cult because there's so many of them? And they wear
Well,
robes?
dude, you remember when Bonnaroo, the first Bonnaroo came
I
like with a
don't.
DVD, and the Polyphonic Spree's little portion of this DVD showed these two kids. It couldn't have been 5 or 6, holding it like with their arms around each other with those white wood acid eyes, like just tripping their nuts off. Like you can just see it in their eyes, and they're just like wide off, looking and smiling. Like, of course, all these kids were taking acid.
Yeah, they were.
Of
Isn't the
course they
fucking
were.
Kool-Aid, man? Isn't the Kool-Aid?
It's
Kids
all the
like Kool-Aid.
MK Ultra.
Electric Kool-Aid acid test.
MK Ultra.
There it is.
Oh, man.
MK Ultra.
Industrial society and its future.
The industrial society and its consequences will have an adverse effect on the first world countries and even third world countries.
Some of what he says about the left's behavior and the way they
Yes.
respond to things, like I was like, shit, that's still going on.
He was very concerned.
Yeah, man.
For those of you who are not aware, I have a series of small books that may or may not say something about me. But the Unabomber Manifesto is, I hate how he got his work published, but is one of the most, I don't know, it stands up to the
Profound.
test of time. It really is very like profound thought in a lot of these words. And like this guy was a genius. Obviously a mentally struggling genius.
Well, we know why now.
A
He was
genius
mentally struggling.
nonetheless.
We know why he's mentally struggling now. It's fucking MK Ultra. It's not gonna do you well. Like
That's not going to be good for anyone.
what they did to him, like seriously, like to just continually shame him over and over and over on his beliefs
Yeah.
is like
On acid.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was on acid.
Oh yeah,
I've
they
seen
gave
it.
him acid
Oh,
and
okay.
strapped him in that chair.
They
and,
was
like,
strapped in the
just-
chair.
and just
Told him he was
pointed-
nothing.
Yeah, pointed out like, did you hear know that?
Yeah, we talked about it when I was on.
Yeah, they just pointed out shitty things about him.
Huh, you know what that sounds like? Nexium.
Next, yeah, same thing.
They just kind of.
That's why, like, all
Just
of
the
us-
body
Same
shame
thing
the
in
girls,
different
right?
names,
Yes,
different
they
letters.
shamed him, and that's why everything sounds like everything, because it's like if one person figures out how to basically mind control or fuck with somebody, other people are like, oh, I read that. Oh, I read about that. I could use that. I could do some of that. You know what I mean? I'm backfooting right now because I'm seeing how it's been used against me. I'm seeing how the McDonald's logo has been pushed on our head. I get what Shepard Fairey did with Obey, and I'm like, oh man, that's all it is to it. Like you just have to just propagate something, and then it'll become true. And
Say Shepherd Ferry and Old Bay.
Old Bay is my joke.
Oh.
I want to do a crab that looks like Obey, but it's a crab's eyes, and it just says OLDBEY, Old Bay.
Yeah.
Can't get in trouble with that. No,
You might-
OLBEY, Old Bay.
Old Bay.
Don't steal that, corporate America. It's mine.
You can't have.
But I swear it would sell good in a crabbing town.
There was a beer rep at work today, and he was telling us about this brewery, this microbrewery that's going out of business because their flagship beer was called Breaking Bud, and the label's a little similar. AMC just sued the shit out of them.
I think I've seen this beer.
But they can do that.
Apparently, so. I guess there was something on the label that was
Like,
just too
Right,
on the
like-
money.
Yeah, like
It was
you
like the hazmat suit.
and if you did, like, even if you just use the same exact font, it's just getting too close. All they have to prove is that you're just ripping them off.
Yeah, but he said that they had to. Oh, because they weren't much, and then once that beer came out, like things started rolling.
Yeah.
And like the details of the lawsuit,
The same
they have to pay him back for every bottle sold.
the same thing
So they're
happened
just
to a band.
They're
on the
done.
way out. Yeah.
Do you remember Villanova?
Mhm.
When they signed this record deal, they had to drop their name because the college wouldn't allow it, or the record deal wouldn't allow them to keep the same name, so they had to change the
Oh,
name.
yeah.
Then they dropped their record deal and went back to the Villanova. Like, it's
I mean,
so
it's
funny.
just the name of the town, right?
I don't know. the
It's just
school.
Villanova and Villanova.
I'm not sure. But either way, it was noteworthy enough for them to feel the need to change the name of that shit. So they're just out for your money, folks. They're just out to get your money. So,
Right, you can trademark something, but it can't be like if Villanova, the school, had a music department, then you're trademarking Villanova music, and then
Yes.
then you're running into problems. Like if they live in two different worlds, like
Yeah.
if there's a Villanova apple companies that makes apples, so that's already confusing because
Villanova,
today's apples.
today's apples.
That's
But
my favorite one. By the
but
way.
if you just grow, if you just grow chives, and you just call your company Chive, and then there's Chive Online, which is
This goat named Joe Namath,
yeah.
greatest of all time. That's what goat means.
I gotta do another one of those.
Watch today's apples. So,
So I gotta go. These guys are gonna cover sports.
yes.
Oh, you leaving?
Peace the fuck out. I gotta go home. Shit.
White people problems.
White people problems. You down with WPP?
I just want to say,
What
go ahead.
What it just goes to prove is never underestimate an insecure white rich person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. With heated bathroom floors and copper kitchen ceilings.
That's what I'm saying. His last thoughts were, "Oh man, these floors are heated," and he's staring at a copper ceiling. He's like, "What's that about?" And then he dies.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing:
Right.
is that
The floors and ceilings are important when we know the guy died on the ground. It's when he's involved with these floors and ceilings. This is like a last moment thing.
one in closing before you
Here's
leave on
probably-
that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very nice.
yeah, so we can put a bow on that conversation. The article stated that it was really good that, and I know that this, I'm paraphrasing here, not good, but it's saying that this is going to help the argument for over drinking in colleges and just how it's just a normal lifestyle because it affected rich white kids rather than another ethnicity, and that is the truest fucking thing I've read on the internet. Because it really will. It really will make a huge difference that this happened to a rich white kid rather than someone of another ethnicity, because people will actually pay attention to that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think you're wrong because
Yeah.
it's a frat
His
guy.
name was Daniel Shaver.
And which one was Shaver again?
Oh, one that the cop killed in Arizona after giving him the ridiculous instructions when he was
Oh yeah,
obviously
yeah. Put your hands
shit-faced.
up. Put your hands down.
I am not here to be tactical or diplomatic with you. Where it's like, yeah, that's
Bop
kind of
it.
your job.
Twist it. I said bop it, motherfucker.
Simon.
Yeah, that guy sucks. His
But
name is
anyway.
Seth Rich.
Was.
Tyler put a bracket right there. That's the best.
What, the spot where it's
Exactly the spot where Seth Rich died. You put a bracket there.
Really did.
There's power behind that. I don't even know where else. Like after he got Comet Ping Pong with a Blackfoot, I can't even think where Like, where's the best place to
When
tag
did
Brad?
Tyler go on this Capitol tour?
Hey, Alicia had to deliver a speech in DC, so he just went to all the weird stuff, like strange DC stuff.
You've missed you've missed all of this because of the lack of social networking.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can easily ask, like,
Alicia's giving speeches now.
was she elected to office?
No, she's.
Is Tyler her first husband?
She's given conversations on psychology and rape myth statistics and stuff like that. She's got a bunch of ideas on how to handle campus psychology.
They're very strong. She's going to be on the podcast and talk about it eventually. The gentleman in question from the Penn State frat boy, the rich white boy. So the article
Ryan
stated,
Burke?
Tim Piazza.
No, Tim Piazza. But I was just saying, what about the guy from Clemson? Like, that just went under the radar. And I know someone's covering this, but like, it'll just be like,
We believe the girls. Don't say his name.
yeah, get those signs out of your yards. We're not talking about that. But your husband's like a rapist. Yeah, I know. But I'm the mayor. Get that shit out of here. Tony Podesta's watching. We got the DNC thing coming up soon. It got totally pushed on. Like, nobody knows that story. Michael Gardner.
And fly ball out to right, and there's Podesta.
And in the score run is Gardner.
Do you think that perhaps Tony Podesta would know the Falls Church head of DNC?
First of all, who named that town Falls Church and said, "Hey, have a bunch of evil shit happen"?
It's creepy stuff. There's other stuff that happened in that town too. There was people from schools that were arrested for molestation. You can just search Falls Church, Maryland scandal, and you'll come up with all this weird kind of stuff.
What world do we live in?
Stephen King fucking
Castle Rock. Are we living in Castle Rock?
That's how I feel.
Are we in
sometimes.
Derry?
Are we in Derry, PA? Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
It's fucking creepy out there. All right, kids, have fun with sports.
All right.
See you back to Sunset Grill soon,
All right,
Seth. I hope we have a
do
lot
you need to
cover.
take another break before we do our last little
Absolutely.
sports spiel?
In cockles.
And obviously, I don't
Death
have
is not the end. Death is not the end.
So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned, and when we come back, we're going to talk about what the fuck's going on in Ohio.
And I want to give my radio sign off as usual. Shit on you, you greasy old sand monkey. I can't say sand. That sounded bad.
Oh, one more thing before you go, Noah. Yeah, I mean, this is what made me think of this.
Before you
Was,
go,
I appreciate
Just
your
flushed
call to
on that.
arms for the slobs to take back politically incorrect
Yes,
humor and culture.
this is time.
I can't promise you anything, but we'll do our best. But I don't endorse the use of the term sand simian.
Yeah, we're gonna have to delete that one, live streamers.
yeah.
Shut it down. I didn't mean anything by that. I just want to say the most atrocious things possible. Don't take down my Twitter. Disney, let me direct Guardians of the Galaxy.
I will vouch for Nora Burns.
Hey, fuck that. But no, do it. Do that. Do that with the slobs. Because it's perfect timing. I mean, you've been doing it already. But keep doing it.
Okay.
Because as the world gets tighter and tighter and tighter, something will cause this thing to explode. And I think Rick and Morty pushes the envelope a lot. They get away with a lot of stuff.
Well, when your creator's a pedo,
You're right. That's why I've adopted the pedo, because it's how the English way to say it is. Have you seen Pedo again? It's Chris Morris.
Are we not watching it?
It's Chris
Is it
Morris.
not live?
You know Chris Morris, right?